Welcome to the Deep Dive, your way to get genuinely informed, without drowning in information.
Glad to be digging in again.
Yeah, so today we're looking at something that's quietly changing things around us. AI, radio, and sales. It's quite a mix.
It really is an interesting intersection.
Have you ever thought about how machines are now, decoding human speech? Not just the words, but the feeling, the tone.
Is subtext.
Exactly. And what that actually means for, say, training salespeople, or even deciding if a radio ad works.
It's got huge implications.
Well, our guide for this is a really great article from RadioSalesWeekly. It's by Helmut Poppe, and it maps out how AI is being used in both radio and sales, which might seem separate at first glance.
But they're connected.
Right. So our mission today is basically to unpack that. How's AI getting into sales chats? How's it training people? And the really big one, could it change how we even evaluate radio commercials?
Yeah, that last one's intriguing.
Get ready for maybe a bit of a perspective shift here.
And that's what we're aiming for. This isn't just a tech list, right? We're looking at how this stuff is actually being used.
Real-world applications.
Exactly. And the future implications in industries that really depend on human connection, persuasion.
So we're connecting the dots between the AI and, well, how people actually talk and sell.
Showing how it's not just helping out, it's genuinely transforming things.
Okay, so let's unpack this core idea first. The Radio Sales Weekly article kicks right off, linking AI in radio and sales.
Which might make you wonder.
Yeah, what does AI listening to, say, a radio show have to do with someone making a sales call?
Seems different on the surface.
But the article makes this really strong parallel. It says the AI speech analysis tools, the ones used for radio content, they're basically being used almost the same way to analyze sales conversations.
Okay.
Because fundamentally, it's spoken communication, isn't it? Someone speaking, someone listening, a message.
Makes sense. Both are full of data if you can extract it.
And apparently AI is getting really good at extracting it.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is the tech behind that, how it actually works.
Right.
The article mentions content and sentiment analysis. Now, to get a bit more technical, but hopefully clear,
Go for it.
content analysis isn't just transcription, words on a page. It uses complex natural language processing, NLP.
Sure.
These models are trained on just massive amounts of conversation data, so they can grasp context, find topics, track keywords, even understand how an argument is built.
So it's understanding the meaning, not just the words themselves.
Exactly. It's getting what is being said often much deeper than just the surface.
And the sentiment part.
Well, sentiment analysis adds another layer. It figures out how it's being said.
The emotion.
Precisely. Is the tone positive, negative, maybe hesitant, or really confident?
Wow.
And again, this isn't simple. It's machine learning, looking at voice inflection, word choices, even the rhythm and pauses, things that signal emotion.
Like a human would pick up on, but maybe faster.
Much faster and at scale. It's like having a psychologist listen in, but one who can process thousands of hours instantly.
So whether it's a radio DJ or a salesperson handling an objection.
The AI can map out not just the message, but the whole emotional feel of the conversation.
That is powerful stuff. So for you listening, the big takeaway here is that AI can listen in a way that pulls out really subtle, valuable data.
Nuanced data, yeah.
There's a kind of diagnostic precision we just couldn't get before, not reliably from humans anyway.
Think about it identifying the exact way of speaking that leads to a successful sale.
Or the little tells that show someone's losing interest.
Right. It moves understanding communication from guesswork and anecdotes to actual data.
Okay, so we've established how AI listens with this incredible detail. Let's pivot to a really concrete use case the article mentions.
The sales training.
Exactly. Comprehensive AI solutions specifically for training salespeople. And this isn't sci-fi. This is happening now.
Yeah, these tools are out there being used. And if you think about business efficiency skills, this is huge for training.
How so? How would it actually work?
Well, imagine an AI system that doesn't just record sales calls. It analyzes every single one.
Okay.
Then it gives immediate objective feedback to the salesperson. And we're not just talking call length.
Right. Deeper stuff.
Much deeper, like analyzing their communication style. Were they talking too much? Not enough? Too pushy? Too passive?
Did they stick to the important points?
Did they handle objections well? Did they interrupt the customer? It can even check how clear their voice was, their vocal energy.
So it's like having that super observant sales coach, but maybe less intimidating?
Perhaps. And it provides insights a human coach might just miss or would take ages to figure out across many calls.
What kind of insights are we talking about? Things a human might genuinely overlook.
Well, the AI spots patterns across hundreds, even thousands of calls, things impossible for one person to track reliably.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so it might find that a specific salesperson always hesitates when explaining, say, feature X.
Huh?
Or maybe they use filler words like but only when they're asked about pricing, which subtly damages their credibility.
That specific.
That specific. It can tell you the exact percentage of time they spoke versus listened and correlate that with whether they closed the deal.
Wow.
Or even find specific phrases or tones that consistently get good reactions from customers versus ones that seem to cause friction.
So the feedback is incredibly personalized and data-driven.
Exactly. It pinpoints exactly where someone needs to improve with real precision. It just speeds up the whole learning process massively, turns rookies into effective sellers way faster.
The scale and consistency of that feedback, that's the game changer. Continuous improvement for everyone.
That's the aha moment, I think.
It really transforms training, doesn't it? From broad advice to this super targeted coaching.
Definitely.
And it's this analytical power, sharpened in sales training, that leads to the really big question Helmut Poppe asks in the article.
The radio commercials.
Yeah. Could these exact same AI tools, the ones that get speech and sentiment so well, could they also evaluate radio ads effectively?
It's a fascinating thought.
So what would that even mean for the ad industry?
Yeah.
It's relied on other methods for so long.
It's a really important question because what does evaluating a radio ad involve? Usually it's market research, right? Focus groups, surveys.
Which take time, cost money.
And can be pretty subjective, let's be honest. AI offers a completely different angle.
What could it analyze in an ad?
Well, potentially, it could check the ad's content. Is it clear? Concise? Does it hit the key message?
Okay, basic stuff.
But also the delivery, the announcer's pacing, their word choices, the rhythm, the pauses.
Yeah.
Even map the emotional journey of the ad.
The emotional journey.
Yeah, assess the emotional impact from the voice, the music, maybe even compare it to huge data sets to predict how different kinds of listeners might react emotionally.
So hold on. Instead of waiting weeks for focus group feedback, an advertiser could maybe get predictive feedback on an ad's emotional pull and clarity, like almost instantly?
Hypothetically, yes. Within hours, maybe. Allowing for super fast testing and tweaking.
That would completely change the workflow.
It'd be radical, and the article really leans into this, suggesting these AI tools could be an alternative to existing advertising analysis services.
That's a bold claim. It's basically saying AI could disrupt the status quo.
It is a direct challenge to a very established system.
And the article names some of those established players, the big guys in ad analysis.
It does, yeah. Specifically mentions names you'd recognize, like Nielsen or KANTAR.
Okay, yeah, household names in that world.
For decades, they've been the standard, providing the data for media buying, for creative decisions.
So AI offering an alternative, that's a big deal.
It's huge, and the potential benefits of an AI approach are pretty clear. First, just the speed. Analyzing thousands of ads almost at once.
Right.
Second, the scale and consistency. Humans just can't match that.
And third.
Third, potentially completely new types of insights. Drilling down into tiny moments of speech, sentiment, things traditional methods might only guess at.
So not just faster, but different analysis. What kind of new insight could AI give that really changes how you make or place an ad?
Well, it could lead to totally new metrics. Imagine measuring something like, I don't know, persuasive velocity.
Okay, what's that?
Just an idea, but maybe how quickly an ad builds trust or urgency. Or AI could pinpoint the exact second in a 30-second ad where people tune out or lean in.
That would be incredibly hard to measure normally.
Almost impossible reliably. So this precision could totally reshape ad measurement, make it faster, more accurate, maybe even cheaper for smaller players.
And that data would flow into media buying too, presumably.
Oh, absolutely. Advertisers could target their spending with way more accuracy based on predictions of how effective the actual creative will be, not just who it reaches.
So you'd know not just who hears it, but how they're likely to feel about that specific ad.
That's the potential power, yes. Understanding the likely reaction to the message itself.
You can really hear the potential, the ripple effects across the whole ad industry. From creating the ads, to buying the airtime, to judging if they even worked. It feels like a fundamental shift in understanding persuasion.
Yeah, the aha moment is seeing AI not just as an efficiency tool, but as this lens, showing us the mechanics of influence in, like, super high definition.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it feels like we've covered some serious ground.
It's been quite the journey, yeah.
From AI analyzing sales calls in minute detail,
To using that same tech to train salespeople with incredible precision.
and then landing on this massive question about AI potentially disrupting how radio ads are evaluated, challenging the big players.
It really shows how fast AI is moving from, theory to actually reshaping industries.
Not coming soon, it's here.
And what's really striking is just how quickly the analysis of communication and engagement is evolving, all thanks to AI.
Right.
These ideas, content analysis, sentiment analysis, they're moving out of the lab and could become, well, standard
Like
practice.
empowering businesses, creatives.
To understand human interaction, influence, persuasion, just on a whole new level. Getting value from every word, every pause.
And it feels like we're just scratching the surface.
We likely are. This transformation is really just getting started.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into AI's growing role in radio and sales. We hope it's given you, some fresh perspective on how tech is changing familiar landscapes.
And maybe sparked an idea or two.
Hopefully.
And maybe leave you with this thought to chew on. If AI can now understand the subtleties of our speech so deeply in sales, in ads, picking up on emotion, intent, likely impact,
Yeah.
what does that mean for persuasion itself going forward? Is connecting with people becoming just another data problem to solve?
Or does knowing the mechanics actually free us up?
Exactly. Does understanding how it works help us become more genuinely creative, more authentic in how we connect human to human?
That's definitely something to think about.